Have you ever thought that the right lighting changes everything? And vice versa, a pretty face or an interesting subject, if badly lit, they lose their attractiveness. Do you agree? As an artistic practice, drawing cannot do without the skillful use of light and shadow. Let's see how. In copying from life, when we have the possibility of composing all the elements in an ideal way for us, a fundamental element is precisely the light, because if we decide the composition to be copied, we must also worry about understanding how this is illuminated composition. So, there are two basic types of light, which are natural light, which is the light that comes from windows, and in that case the only way is to move the subject because you certainly can't move the window. Natural light is a diffused light. It is a broad light that creates very little evident contrasts unless there is a beam of sun entering your window at that very moment. On the other side, if we want particular effects, we have to resort, for example, to artificial lighting, that is not the neon above us, above our head, or the light bulb above our head, because even in that case it would be difficult to build something maybe a little articulated. We simply have to resort to another tool, which could be a simple lamp, maybe many of you have it at home, to be directed on the subject in such a way as to obtain particular effects. Now let's see which ones are more interesting and which ones are less. Okay, we turned off the lights of set in order to be able to really show you what the artificial lighting of this statue consists of, and we have the subject, for example our statue, but could be any other object that you wish to copy, and our lamp therefore a normal lamp from our home. Obviously it doesn't have a very powerful beam of light, but we don't even need to illuminate who knows what. So, what we have to do, let's start to see which types of lighting are therefore adequate or which ones are a little less appropriate for the copy from life, and what effects they produce. If we illuminate our subject from the side, we obtain a subdivision practically in the middle between the part completely in light and the part completely in shadow. So in this case we obtain a very strong contrast that flattens the illuminated part and bumps into this side, that we don't even see from our point of view, and leaves the whole other part completely in shadow. So it is certainly not one of the most suitable illuminations. The same thing happens if we go to illuminate behind, creating a sort of backlight, where we practically see the front part not highlighted, not enhanced by this type of lighting, so only the lateral parts are illuminated. If anything, this can be a type of lighting indicated, for example for a charcoal, for a spindle, for a technique where the dark, the black, however, has its own why, it has its own motivation. If, on the other side, we go to create an even more particular effect, for example implementing lighting from below, we certainly obtain a theatrical effect, therefore a deformation effect of our figure, which almost becomes a mask and also takes on a rather disturbing aspect. Certainly not suitable for a natural representation. The same thing happens if we decide to illuminate it from above. Also in this case we are going to obtain a particular effect, very theatrical, which however does not enhance the naturalness of our subject. So, if we have the ability to move the light as we want, so we're using an artificial source, or even if we have natural light, for example your window, then you can't move the window but you can move your subject. I advise you to use lighting coming from the front but from the side, therefore lighting in a diagonal direction which can obviously come to the right or to the left. In this case, you can also moving the light source away a little, so as not to have excessive whites. You too are looking for the solution that most convinces you. In this case enhance both parts of your subject, all the sides of your object, creating a considerable quantity of intermediate tones, of intermediate grays. This can enhance your subject and give it also look natural. So try it, and if you feel uncertain, you can light up your subject and take pictures of the lighted subject in such a way as to be able to see and compare all the different solutions you have developed. Now we are really ready to start drawing. Feel free to take the 2B pencil in your hand, the paper in front of you, and keep the other pencils and other tools nearby.